Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq, back with our annual Singapore Fintech Festival coverage. Organized by the Monetary Authority of Singapore, the Singapore Fintech Fest is on its 6th edition. We're proud to be a media partner for the 4th year in a row. Joining me for this segment is Terence. He's the Head of Education and Business Development with IG Singapore. Terence, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
All right. Hi, Jill. Good morning, everyone,
Well,
and thanks for having me.
Good morning good morning for you as well. How have capital markets and trading evolved over the decade?
Okay. I think there is actually a lot of changes that has been happening, and what we're actually seeing big changes is that in the past, the big boys has been the one that's actually dominating the markets, but right now, when you're actually seeing how the landscape has changed, this power has actually shifted over to the retail traders, right? So I think that's one. We are also seeing a lot of algorithmic trading, algo trading, AIs and stuff that's also coming on. So I think the whole landscape has changed quite a lot there.
Yeah, it certainly has. And you know what, Terence, let's talk about the importance of price execution quality, because regardless of asset class, retail, institution, it always seems to come back to execution.
Exactly. So price execution, right? I think one assumption that a lot of investors and trader has is that whenever I actually put on a trade, all right, they expect the best price to be executed for them. All right, I think that is actually an obligation for a lot of brokers out there, and everyone assumes that. But the thing is this: is that the case? So the thing is that people assume that the best price is actually given up to them. And for IG, right, we actually pride ourselves in actually giving the best price execution. There was once a few years back, I actually opened 12 different brokerage accounts and trying to run the same algorithm on those 12 accounts, and IG came out top on that. So the thing is that price execution is something that I will actually find very valuable in this time and year, especially when we have this prevalence of AI and algo trading and stuff like that.
And how can fintech firms fast track towards offering professional trading functionality for their massive user base, especially as it grows with retail investors?
Yep, correct. I think this is actually what we are already seeing at the Singapore Fintech Festival. So you have a lot of very, very innovative fintech companies coming up with their solutions and stuff like that. They have got a big user base, all right? They have got a big user base, they're engaging and it's all good. Now, one of the big barriers for them to actually gain access to the finance industry is this regulatory requirements. A lot of them, they are not able to meet those regulatory requirements, right? But they want to enable that function there. So what we are actually seeing in this fintech scene is that if they can actually somehow collaborate with established firms, like for example, like IG or any of the financial institutions, right? That can actually allow them to fast track into offering their various solutions out into the public at the very fast time. It's like, for example, there is something that I cannot actually announce out in public right now, but the thing is that you can actually see that there's going to be a very interesting collaborations even happening with IG, and that's already going to be coming on within this year, within next year, that kind. So the thing is that it's about this collaboration efforts that actually enables a lot of these new fintech companies to offer their solutions to benefit the most out in the world out there. Yep.
You know, it's so interesting, Terence, when we cover fintech, whether it's at conferences or through the course of our regular interviews, it kind of used to be legacy institutions versus fintech, kind of us versus them, but you're starting to see it where they're marrying each other to, okay, we need the regulatory expertise, we need the banking arm of it, but the fintech companies can make it happen faster. So the collaboration of the two, to your point, really is going to be the success for financial services going forward.
Exactly. So it's not about the David versus the Goliath. It's really about collaboration. It's like, for example, for IG, right? We understand where our strength is. We understand where our weaknesses is, and how do we actually strengthen our weaknesses? Solutions can be very easy. Like, for example, we can actually collaborate with companies like DailyFX, like Tasty Trade, like Spectrum, and we actually acquire them and we actually collaborate with them. And this kind of collaborations actually bring about a lot of solutions that we never knew was actually possible to be implemented in just a matter of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But it's this kind of collaboration that enables that. And if you look at the scene all around, like for example, like Singapore, we have like Grab Pay. That's already prevalent everywhere. So the thing is that how do these kind of solutions actually bring about immediately? It's all about this kind of collaborations, and of course with the support of the regulations in the various countries that they're operating in. Yeah.
Right,
So
right.
it's always collaboration.
Right, and that's encouraging to hear. Terence, thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
All right, sure. Thanks.